Hey guys, joined here by the man Eddie Hearn. Eddie, sorry about my voice.
I thought you were someone else.
Right, yeah. Well, big fight tomorrow night for Rocky Fielding against Canelo. I was talking to him and he mentioned that 3 years ago he was outside wanting to fight here, and now he's here, main event. How is he handling the bright lights, and what are you expecting to see from him tomorrow night?
Well, it's a pleasure for him to be here. It's a dream come true. It's going to be very difficult. The fight is very, very difficult, but he's prepared well. He's in great shape. He's in the peak of his career. He punches very hard, and he's ready to fight. So I think he's going to be a great fight. I don't think he'll be overawed by the occasion because he did the fight week all this week. He also did the media week like 7 weeks ago. So he's been around it now. I mean, fighting is a different thing, but for fighters, that's where they're comfortable in the ring. They're not comfortable doing this. They're comfortable in there. So he's probably thinking now, hurry up, let me get in the ring. And I think you're going to see a great fight.
Talk to me about Daniel Jacobs. He mentioned earlier that he wants to face Canelo after Rocky Field beats him. What's the update? How realistic can we see that fight between Jacobs and Canelo?
Well, certainly I'm hoping for a Rocky Fielding win. But, if Canelo comes through or if Canelo moves back to 160, Jacobs is the fight. Jacobs is the other world champion in the division. He's had a great fight with Gennady Golovkin. Many people feel like he won that fight. So that's the fight for Cinco de Mayo, in my opinion. And hopefully, between myself, Golden Boy and DAZN, we can make that fight happen.
Now, I also talked to Gennady Golovkin, and they mentioned that you went to LA to talk to him. Is there any update on him coming over to DAZN?
I think that he's talking to 2 or 3 people. He's taking his time to make the right decision. We're hopeful that we can get his signature. He's a great fighter and a great man. And I think maybe before Christmas he'll make up his mind. So nothing to tell you yet. We had a very nice meeting, nice cup of tea, and we'll see what happens.
I don't know. I seem to not fully believe you. Last time I talked to you, you had up your sleeve the Canelo fight or the Rocky Fielding, and then like 10 minutes later, after I talked to you, 10 minutes later it was announced. So, but I'll take your word for now.
There's no announcement. You won't have any announcements this weekend or anything like that. I promise you. Okay.
All right. But I did talk also to Big Baby Miller in LA for the undisputed fight, and he talked to me about a lot of things. He likes to talk.
He does, yeah.
But he said that he wants that he'd like to face Chisora if he wins next week. So, is that a realistic fight for it to happen?
Yeah, I mean the White Chisora fight is a good fight, and we'll see who wins that way. I think eventually Jarrell Miller will fight Anthony Joshua. He could fight Trevor Bryan, who's from New York as well, for the WBA regular title soon. And he's a character. He'll be here tomorrow night, and he's going to be tough to beat.
Speaking about heavyweights, what did you think about Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder? Were you impressed at all?
Yeah, I thought Tyson did really well. It was a good fight. I thought that Fury won the fight quite comfortably. And it doesn't change anything for us. Joshua made it clear on ESPN yesterday he wants to fight Deontay Wilder. He wants to be the undisputed champion of the world, and to do that he has to just win one more belt, and Wilder has that belt. So we'll see what happens, but if they fight each other again, Joshua will look for another opponent. He may even come to fight out here, so we'll see.
I know you say that Anthony Joshua wants that fight with Wilder, but there's talks about Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder Part 2, and even doing it on April 13th, the same day that Anthony Joshua has. What do you make of that, of fighting the same day as Anthony?
I think it's the UK promoter having a bit of fun. Our fight next week, White Chisora, is up against their fight. So I think it's like trying to be, but they're free to go any date they want. If they go up against a UK pay-per-view with Anthony Joshua, it's not smart. He's the biggest draw in boxing. So, we'll see when the rematch happens. Hopefully Wilder will fight Joshua on April 13th.
Hopefully, yeah. I know they're kind of kicking us out. All right, well, just one quick question about Khan and Kell Brook.
Yeah.
Is that any realistic? Sorry, is that going to happen?
We're deciding between Khan Brook or Khan Crawford, and I think next